Hey ho everybody, welcome back to Shared Channel, and here we are, back with Nino Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Last time, we decided to go around the entirety of Ding Dong Dell and do all the side quests that were available to us. And today, we're gonna go into the castle and see if we can have a great old meeting with the king. Gotta talk to you, apparently. Welcome to Ding Dong Dell. This is the road that leads you to the royal palace. You are travelers, I take it? You must be in those clothes. Yes, we've come to see the king. You're after an audience with King Tom, are you? Well, I'd be more than happy to let you through, but I'm afraid that's not possible at the moment. Well, why? One of the king's apple sage has allowed us Meowjesty's beloved pet fish to escape into the palace moat. A red herring is the king's pride and joy, and a highly endangered species to boot. I doubt his Meowjesty would be able to replace this one if he were to lose it. What's that aide thinking? I don't know. Anyway, to cut a long story short, everyone in the castle's busy looking for the king's red herring at the moment. I'd advise you to come back another day. Alright. What are we gonna do now, Mr. Drippy? The palace moat, is it? If I'm not mistaken, the moat's connected to some of the rivers that run through town. You think I could have swum all the way to town? I reckon it's possible, yeah. Why don't we have a look in a few ponds and that, just in case? Can't do any harm, can it? It sure can't. Gee, I hope we find that red herring, Mr. Trippy. Me too, Wally boy. Right then, let's go fishing. Alright. Thankfully, they've pointed out exactly where to go. But I do kind of wish they would have allowed us to, just, run around. Run around and figure this out on our own. You know what I mean? Ah, well. It's not that far to get to where we're headed. In fact, we've kind of already seen it around there before. Well, been around here. Nah. Wish I could jump. Wouldn't do much, but it would add a little bit, I guess. Look, Gully boy, see that red thing by over there? No. I reckon we've found our fishy friend. You'd better go take a closer look, though, just to make sure, innit? Me? Why do I have to go over there? Well, who else is going to do it? Freddy the Fish Inspector? Come on, just hop on those rickety-looking bits of wood. You'll be fine. Ouchie. Alright, I guess I'll try. Oh, there it is. That really was... And it's gone. Knickers, he got away. Sorry. He's a lively one, alright. I think he went off towards the palace, Solly boy. After him! Oh, now you jump across. Why don't you jump across those rickety bits of wood? And then he jumps across immediately after us, after we've already jumped across the rickety bits of wood. You're so close. Well, I guess now we get to go over here. This is actually the first place I was gonna check, if we were allowed to go, normally, and we didn't get it pointed out to us. Oh, hello. Hey, buddy. So, this is the king's favorite fish, huh? That's a red herring if I ever saw one. Now we can get ourselves an audience with the king. Let's head back and see the palace guard, shall we? You just gonna hold it? Yes. Yes, you are. Hopefully that fish could breathe that long. You again? Afraid we still haven't located King Tom's pet. This one, you mean? we've come to deliver the king's fish back to him, sir. Is that... Goodness. I know the regal scarlet tones of the king beloved red herring anywhere. Well, I'll be. I reckon he must have swum through the sewers into town, like... Or, wait, that was Drippy. Oh, damn. Is that so? I must let the other guards know right away. Nah, if I remember rightly, you were... That's right, we need to see the king. Yes, of course. Both him and his cart stink. What's that? Sum up, is there? You could say that. Did I mention the person charged with caring for the king's red herring just let it escape? Everyone on the panels has grown terribly lax of late. So lax they need to listen to the help of passing travelers, as you only know too well. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but the king himself has been indolence personified. And it seems to be rubbing off into subjects. Indolence? Is that like laziness? I'm afraid so. Perhaps he'll be reunited with his red herring, would give him the boost he needs. In you go. Tidy, we're off to see the king. Come on, Ollie boy.
A pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty.
So it was you who delivered one's treasure back to one, hmm?
That's right.
Yes, Your Majesty.
And you wish for a prize, hmm?
Go on, man. Ask him.
Come now, don't be shy.
Well, Your Majesty,
Out with it now!
we need your wand.
One's wand. Huh? What did you say?
Crikey.
That smell. Could it be?
That's right, Your Majesty. He's not from our world. He's the one whose power freed me from my prison.
What? You mean he broke his spell? This little boy?
Yes.
Do you understand what you're saying, Fairy?
You have to
Once
say
you defy him, there's no turning back.
I know, but...
But what precisely?
Well, you know, he might be able to...
It's not one's concern. You may not have the wand. Now be gone.
Does that mean no wand, Mr. Drippy?
Looks like it.
So how do we get the wand now?
Something wasn't quite right about our royal friend. Broken-hearted he is, or I'm broken-headed.
The king is?
Lacking enthusiasm, it looked like. And because he's broken-hearted, the whole kingdom's being dragged down with him.
What are we waiting for? Let's go find the piece of heart he's missing.
Blimey, you don't need much encouragement, do you?
That guard outside of town was short enthusiasm too, huh? Indeed he was, Ollie boy. Like I say, I reckon the king's broken-heartedness is dragging everyone else down with him. But the other guards can give us some of his enthusiasm to help his friend. We should go ask for some more. No, man. Don't go doing that. There's a very important rule about borrowing pieces of people's hearts. There is? What is it? Well, you can't go taking the same piece of heart from the same person twice, see? One little scoop off the top is all that's safe to borrow. Gee, I didn't know that. I'll be sure to be real careful from now on. So what do we do, Mr. Drippy? We troll the town for someone else with get up and go. Plenty in it. Sleepy old place, but there's bound to be someone somewhere. Only problem is where. Ding Dong Dell's not exactly village-sized after all. You might even say it's proper massive. I guess it kinda is, huh? Isn't something of a quandary, are we? What? That advanced before I could read it. Hi, Mr. Talekstone. You seem perplexed, my young friends. I thought you might benefit from a dose of my expansive knowledge. Thanks. That's real nice of you. You see, we need to borrow a piece of somebody's heart, but we don't know how to find one. Elementary, my dear Oliver. In times like these, just look to your locket. How do you mean? Well, not only can it carry pieces of heart, the locket is also extremely sensitive to their proximity. It'll glow when they're nearby. Tidy, so we can use it to track down some enthusiasm then, ain't it? Allow me to tell you a little more about that locket of yours. You'll see that it has a habit of growing brightly from time to time. This is how it reacts to the presence of those who possess one of heart's virtues in abundance. Incidentally, those with pieces of heart to spare will also grow verdant green on the minimap in the top right of your screen. Neato. It'll not serve to tell you which of the virtues the subject has in excess, but it should still prove exceedingly useful to you nonetheless. I just know it will. Now sally forth and seek your piece of heart, young adventurer. Thank you so much, Mr. Telling Stones, sir. And if you ever find yourselves in need of knowledge again, you may consider me wholly at your service. Farewell for now, friends. And goof. Righto, Ollie boy. Let's have a look around for someone with a drop of enthusiasm to spare then, shall we? If your locket glows up all of a sudden, we'll know we're on the right track. Got it. Let's go, Mr. Drippy. Yeah, simple enough to understand. Right now, though, it won't actually glow because nobody's nearby that can give us anything. Still nobody. Thankfully, again, it's marked on the mini-map. Although it won't usually be. Like he said, it'll usually just be marked with a green dot. So, that's something to be wary of. But right now, it's just going to be straight up pointed out to us at the moment. Look, Mr. Drippy, the locket, it's glowing. Tidy, then there's someone round by here with a piece of heart to spare in it. And the only person round by here is him. And look at him, man. He can barely stand still. He's so eager. Jackpot! You mean you think he has some enthusiasm to spare? That I do, my lad. I'd bet my lantern on it. Let's go and get it, shall we? Hey. How do you do, Suspenhead? I don't suppose you fancy doing us a favour, do you? Hey, stop distracting me. I'm busy. Busy? What are you busy doing exactly? Protecting the town from mice, of course. Mice? Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember hearing about the mice who lived in Ding Dong Dale. Those mice are a menace. They're always running around getting up to no good. The grown-ups are too lazy to do anything about it. Most of them hardly notice when the mice steal things, and the ones that do don't seem to care. Well, Tommy Stout is not going to stand for it. I know the mice all live down in the well, so I'm standing guard here. Any mouse that comes this way is in for a battering. Well, we were right about this one. He's bursting with enthusiasm. Over to you, Ollie boy. What are you talking about? Well, King Tom seems to be really short on enthusiasm right now. And that's where you come in, Tommy boy. You've got loads of the stuff. If we were to give some of it to the King Tom, the whole town would sort itself out quick sharp. Yeah, so we were wondering if you could share some of your enthusiasm with us? Of course, I'd do anything to help the king. Thanks, Tommy. Take heart. Dispelled spirit at Get Up and Go. Milo. Cat. Cat? Yeah, you just lay down. Wow, that was strange. Well, now I know what magic feels like. Strange? What do you mean? Non-wizarding types ain't used to spells, see, Ollie boy. They don't know what to make of them half the time. So does this mean King Tom's gonna be alright now, Oliver? Yes. Once the king's back to normal, everyone else should start feeling better too. That's right, man. Your enthusiasm is gonna put a spring in everyone's step in it. That's great to hear. Until then, though, I better stay here and keep an eye out for mice. Alright, see you later, Tommy. We didn't actually get to see any of it in action ourselves there. But whatever. I'll meet you back at the good old King's Castle here real quick. And here we are. The King's Castle. Oh boy, oh boy. Not bigger than it looked in the anime scene there. Yeah. You again. One is becoming rather tired of these constant interruptions. Sorry, Your Majesty, it's just, we have something for you. Yeah, we picked it out specially for you, cat face. It'll get rid of that tiredness of yours in no time, give you new lease of life. Strong teeth, glossy fur. I'm not sure that's... that sounds just the ticket. This accursed fatigue will be the death of one. Dealing with all these visitors has taken its toll. Not to worry, Your Majesty. A little bit of enthusiasm is all you need in it. I keep trying to control these menus with my control stick, but no, they're only D-pad.
So, do you think it works?
Let's see, shall we?
What the devil was one up to?
Your Majesty, please tell us you're back to your old self.
Eh? Why, one is 10 times more energetic than one has ever been. But one feels different somehow.
This is your doing, is it not? Then you must be rewarded. Your Majesty, it seems that these brave adventurers have lifted the curse that was placed upon you.
What? Is this true?
Yes, Your Majesty. It appears that you were cursed with a lack of enthusiasm.
Is that so? One certainly didn't feel oneself for a while there. It seems one is in your debt.
What would you claim as your prize, Tidy, you no task for, ain't it, Ollie boy? Though, sure, we'd need a magic wand, Your Majesty. Yeah, that's so strangely, one feels as if one has had this conversation before. God, that's such a weird... I keep trying to say, like, he or she instead of one. Now one thinks of it. There's a wand one prized very highly as a kitten, hidden away safely in one's bedchamber. There is, eh? And one would be willing to part with it, but one would have to find it first. Return later on, and one shall present it to you. Jeepers, thank you very much, Your Majesty. So, boy, if you're in search of a wand, one can take it that you are perhaps a wizard. Indeed he is, Your Majesty, a shiny new apprentice wizard, who doesn't exactly know much magic yet. Is that so? Then let's one provide you with a spell or two. One's wand will be of little use without spells to cast, after all. Really, Your Majesty? That's so kind of you. Thank you very much. You received a page describing the Spring Lock spell. And a page describing the Rejuvenate spell. You must enjoy the spells that inspired one so much in one's younger days. One that unlocks things, and one that restores things to their former glory, eh? What did you use to get up with these, Your Majesty? No, none of your business, Fairy. Now, boy, you travel with a familiar, do you not? One sent word to the quartermaster's store down in town that you are to be given permission to shop there. The quartermaster's store? What kind of a place is that, Your Majesty? Are you sure that you're an adventurer? One cannot help but fear for the safety of such an innocent. No matter. The Quartermaster store provides weapons and equipment for the use of familiars. Why not go and browse the products on offer while one seeks out one's wand, We sure will, Your Majesty. Thank you very much. Now, one has plenty to attend to. Come and present yourselves to one again in a short while. Alright. Well, let's go do that. But first, we've got a brand new spell that unlocks treasure chests. Now, do we? What's to say we go around and look for a few, There was a few that we have seen. And they're the blue ones, actually. I'll be meeting you around where each of them were. I'll see y'all in just a moment. Our first stop here is actually just right up here. This purple one seems to be sealed by some very potent magic. So what if we try this? Oliver's current wand is not powerful enough to open this chest. Looks like we're gonna have to come back here once we get a better wand. Wonder when that'll happen. Oh. Well. Would you look at that? On our journey to get across to the forest, that way I could show you guys where the next chest is, Mighty reached level 7. Here we are, back in the good old forest once more. Now, we're gonna want to go down around this area. Do I remember the exact position of it? Mostly. I'm not even gonna lie here. I only mostly remember this. Like, I remember where it is and all, but exacts are exacts. We'll get to those later. For now, let's just hop our way down here, and actually I'm gonna take a full heal. No saving, thank you. Up. Ooh, oh. Okay, anyways. Let's see, Oliver's actually almost pretty close to leveling up here. Now, let's see. It was down this path, if I remember right. And just one more little battle here to go, I guess. Oh, great. Yeah, how hard was that, huh? You'd think at a certain point the enemies would be like, oh crap, this guy's really strong. We'd better leave him alone, right? But also, Oliver leveled up, baby! Yeah! 7 to HP, that's actually a pretty significant up. If we're talking a lot of different RPGs here. Like, in a lot of RPGs, this early on, getting a 7 health up, seals by some kind of magic, a 7 health up actually doesn't seem that bad. That's really good. But, Springlock, you obtained a creamy flan. That's a treat for our... Oops, wrong button. That's a treat for our little buddy. Creature Cage, what do we got? A big defense increase. Sure, I could use that. Will that do it? Yeah! Defense up by 1. Magical attack up? That doesn't seem to matter. Magic defense? Maybe. Accuracy's actually pretty good, so I'm gonna keep all these treats here. After all, there's 3 slots in the creature cage for a reason. Eventually we'll find some more. And after that little battle, I will see you guys back in Ding Dong Dell. Let's so. Here we are, back in the Ding Dong Dell. So, something I noticed when I was running back was the enemies were actually running away from me here. I think I've actually gotten to the point of being too strong for them, where like they don't wanna fight. I didn't know that was a thing in this game, so yeah, that's actually cool. No, I still love this character design. This is peak. Ah, it's you! His Majesty informed me that you would be coming. He instructed me to sell you whatever you require, and I am more than happy to cooperate. Jeez, the puns. So have a look around. I'm sure you'll find something here with to equip your familiars. Equip my familiars? How do you mean, sir? Ah, it seems an explanation is in order. No, it's not. Well then, here crows nothing. To ensure your familiars don't get caught short, you can give them a boost by equipping them with certain items. I don't want to crow, but you'll find plenty of items in your familiars can equip among my wares. There are three types: weapons, armor, and accessories. Just remember that the items familiar can equip vary according to its genus. It's not complicated, so don't get into a flap. The best way to learn is just to try equipping your familiars. Don't feel left out, will you? Humans can, of course, equip items too. Select friends and familiars and press A to change the items that you have equipped. Why not buy a nice matching set of items for you and your familiars? Birds of a feather stick together, after all. Gee, okay. As soon as I have some money, I'll start buying some accessories and stuff. Sounds like this old bird has done a proper sales number on you, Ollie boy. Just remember that accessories aren't the only things you can equip. It's like you can use all sorts of wands as well. Flippin' Eggman, speaking of wands, we need to go and get your new wand off King Tom, innit? They ain't forgotten I had. How that barely was set like 10 minutes ago. Not even, actually. Yeah, I guess he's probably found it by now. I reckon so, Ollie boy. Come on, let's head over for the palace. Well, let's see. Customer, I don't mean crow, but where's the last of land? Let's see it. We've already got that equipped. Less damage, more accuracy, and more magic damage. That we can't even use. And that we also can't... Oh, dang. Can't use any of these. I mean, you can use that. Accessories. Too thick for a giant. Fearsome appearance makes it prone to panic in enemies. +1 to attack. I'm feeling no. With these prices, we must be raving mad. Come again soon. So is it a crow or a raven? No, really. They're both similar. I know one of them is... I think the difference is one of them flies better. Yeah, I think that's it, actually. I think one of them flies better. Whatever. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of it. I'll meet you back at the castle. Alright. What? Okay, what's going on in here, then? Hey, you. Oh, it's you, thank goodness. You have to help us. Something terrible's happened. Flippin' Eggman! Don't tell me old King Tom's gone and got his heart broken again. No. His Majesty's heart is in good working order, as far as I know. As far as you know? After you restored His Majesty's missing enthusiasm, he was determined to find this old wand so he could give it to you by way of reward. So determined, in fact, he said he would go look for it himself. Well, that's good, ain't it? What's all the fuss about? His Majesty has disappeared. The gatekeepers swear that he hasn't left Ding Dong Dell, and yet he's nowhere to be found. I smell a rat by here, early boy. Well, I suppose there's only one thing for it, eh? What's that, Mr. Drippy? A spot of investigating, ain't it? Right-o, Helmet Face. You and your mates keep an eye on the castle. We're going to look for clues. Yes, understood. But where do we look, Mr. Drippy? Don't worry, Ollie boy. You know the place. You know it very well, in fact. Come on, I'll tell you more when we're outside. Okay. Okay. Where are we going, Mr. Drippy? And what's this about somewhere I know real well? Where'd you think, clever clogs? Motorville, ain't it? Motorville? But what does Motorville have to do with finding the king? Well, the answer ain't always gonna be over by here, eh, Ollie boy? What does that mean? You've got to remember the whole soulmate thing, ain't it? What we see here in this world ain't always the whole picture. Soulmates, okay. Think about it, Ollie boy. Why are you here in our world, eh? To save my mom. Exactly! And your ma'am, is the great sage Alicia's soulmate, right? And we're trying to free Alicia from the soul snare over by here, so you can help your mom back over by there, innit? Well, that's what you told me, Mr. Drippy. And I wasn't fibbing! So people in your world and my world are connected, not just Alicia and your mom. All people! They are, so... Exactly! That's clever of you. There's someone over in your world who's connected by King Tom over by here. And when someone in our world is in a potch, you can sometimes find out how to help them from their soulmate over in your world. So they're connected, see? Obvious when you think about it, eh? So somebody in my world is King Tom's soulmate, huh? That's right, but maybe not a person, and maybe not in such a lofty position as our friend the Cat King. Huh? Well, shopkeeper's cat and king of Ding Dong Dell ain't exactly similar status-wise, isn't it? Shopkeeper's cat? I don't think I, Flippin' heck, man! It's like pulling teeth! Okay, so soulmates can look and even act the same, right? We covered that already. So when you first saw King Tom, you instantly thought to yourself, hello, he's the spitting image of Timmy the cat he is. I did, huh? So you mean that King Tom is... King Tom and Timmy Toldrum are... But Miss Layla's cat? That's clever of you, better late than never. But Timmy's just... a cat. Exactly, just like our old pal King Tom. What's so strange about that? Crikey, you're not very receptive for a youngster, are you? If two people are soulmates, there'll be similarities somewhere. You've just got to keep an open mind and a peeled eye. Spot the similarities and you'll find the soulmate. Gee, I never knew. So, Timmy, huh? Timmy indeed, my lad. If we can find that fat old furball, we might get a clue as to where King Tom's got himself too. So magic us up a gateway, and let's get over to your world, shall we? You remember how to, don't you? I sure do. Let's show everybody back in... let's go see how everybody back in Motorville is doing. And with a 1, 2... And with a 1, 2, and a 3... Cast the wrong spell, oops. Here we are, dressed in our old fantasy clothes instead of normal clothes for some reason. Don't know why, but hey, here we go. Oh, Oliver, seeing you, I just don't know what to say, dear. It's fine, Miss Layla, I'm okay now. You are? Well, I'm pleased to hear that, honey. But if there's anything I can do, just let me know, won't you? Actually, there is something you can do for me right now. Layla, can you tell me where Timmy is? Is he here in the store? Well, now that you mention it, I don't think I've seen him. Timmy! Where is my Timmy Toldrum? He must have run off somewhere, that little rascal. He's probably gone exploring. Oi, Ollie boy! Does this situation remind you of anything? Sure does, just like what happened with King Tom. Bingo! We've got ourselves a missing cat king in one world and a missing fat cat in another. And I reckon the reason why will be the same too. Track down Timmy and you're sure to find the vital clue that'll help us solve the mystery. There's sharp of you. And this here's your patch, ain't it? You know it like the back of your hand. Uh-huh. I'll solve the case of the missing cat in no time. I'm awfully sorry I couldn't help you, dearie. But you did help. Thanks, Miss Layla. I did? Well, alright then. Goodbye now, dear. Goodbye, Miss Layla. Right-o, Ollie boy, let's start out where you know best, shall we? Round by your house, we mean. Sure, let's go. I'll have to find a cat. But now that we've done our exploring, made our progress, I'd say it's time to leave it off here. Next time on Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, we go searching around for good old Timmy Toldrum in Motorville before we head on back to Drippy's world and save the Cat King there. Or just help him out again. Maybe next time we'll finally get our new wand. Who knows? But in the next time, I will see you all then. Goodbye.